Alright, PPL fans, it's time to kick off Podium Day with the first official match of the day, the battle for the third place in the women's division. So, first in the court, let's give it up for the Cancun Waves. And let's welcome Marina Lobo. And Sofia Saiz. Make some noise for the Las Vegas Smash, the opponents. Let's welcome Sofia Araujo and Marta Ortega.
Hello everyone, welcome to our first of four matches today. Then it's the third and fourth playoff for the women, and as you've just seen, it's the Cancun Waves against the Las Vegas Smash. Marina Lobo and Sofia Saiz, young partnership who play together in other tournaments and have really impressed us. They've been brave, they've been certainly in the second match they were aggressive. Maybe in the first they were a little bit tentative.
I think maybe some early nerves as well. You know, this is the biggest stage they've ever played on, the PPL here in Miami, and the first time they've been on a PPL team. So they took some time to find their groove, but they ended, we were talking about this if you're watching the match, that second set really strongly, and they managed to carry that really good form into their next match, causing, for many people, an upset. And they are, I mean, look at these two players. In 2 or 3 years' time, they'll be there. Top 5, top 6, definitely. But right now, I have to say that I think their opponents are favourites. You've got Marta Ortega, former world #1, who has been in great form. The captain last year, the captain this season. They opted to retain Martita, easy decision. And she's teaming up with a player she has played with in the past. So there is an understanding between the Portugal #1, Sofia Araujo, and Marta Ortega.
Yeah, exactly. And I think perhaps the big factor here might be just that Marta and Sofia are a little bit stronger. Just got a little more
big
ability.
Game experience also.
And one thing we were talking about with our Spanish compatriots, Peter and Javier, is they've got a lot of personality, Marina and Sofia.
Yeah.
So Sofia, they were saying Sofia
Definitely Sofia.
wears
more than
her
Lobo
on her sleeve when things go well. Maybe when things aren't going quite as well.
Very, I mean, visceral is the word they would use in Spanish. Is in passionate. When things are going well, she will string together point after point. As for Marina Lobo, who's from Spain, she is slightly has that pausa, more technical, more tactical. I mean, you need to complement well with your doubles partner. Normally you have a big hitter and a player who doesn't make mistakes. You've got to try and avoid those errors. Also gets the net with explaining, you know, how to play paddle if you've never played before during the course of our commentary. But these two young talented players combine really well. But if they start losing games early on, that would make Sofia and Martita massive favourites.
Yeah, I think they're going to go out and really try and impose themselves on this from the start. Marta Ortega, she prefers Martita to Marta. second season.
This will be easier than the game we had yesterday. We had 3 Martitas on the court.
Well, there again, you see, if you made a mistake,
Marta.
you could just
Great,
say
Marta.
Marta, couldn't you? So, and Sofia Araujo. Sofia's one of those players who I sometimes look at her and I think, I don't think she's that good, but then she wins so many points, and I think it's because she's quite understated
Yeah, she's
as a
very.
player.
I mean, some players have like a smash, which say you rank 10 out of 10, or their ground shots 10 out of 10, and then maybe their volleys are half volleys or approach volleys are 6 or 7s. Sofia's kind of like an 8 in everything.
Generally
you
good
wouldn't
at everything.
say there's one shot that's outstanding. I would pick her ground shots, the shots from behind the service line, because she's a player who didn't start in paddle, unlike the 2 players on the opposite side of the court. Sofia actually started in tennis and became the best tennis player in Portugal before transitioning to paddle, which takes its time. You can't use the same shots in paddle as you do in tennis. There are plenty of similarities, starting with the scoring system. Of course, there's a racket and the ball can only bounce once on your side of the court, but you won't see too many topspin shots here. You will when it comes to smashes, and of the 4 players out there on the court, Sofia is definitely the bigger hitter with those topspin smashes. Sofia is more flat smashes, tactical, and I'm really looking forward to this matchup. And congratulations to Las Vegas Smash, because last season they did quite well early on, Paul, but then it happens when you've got a roster. Teams do suffer injuries, and some players sometimes start the season really strongly, and then you have your dips up and down, and they ended the season with a couple of injuries, and in the end couldn't quite live up to expectations, but they've done very well indeed to qualify for podium day.
Yeah, just to remind you, if you're just hearing the umpire in the background, our scoring system is as tennis, but with one difference. In the case of a deuce 40-all, it's a golden point, which basically means you get to 40-all, the deuce, and the next point wins the game.
We had one game, Paul, do you remember yesterday? 5 goal points, all won by the same doubles team. Now, for the goal point, it's not always served to the drive side, the forward side, because the team receiving, so one of the benefits of forcing a golden point on the other team's serve is that you get to choose which of your 2 players receives.
1 minute.
Exactly, and if it's tied at 1 set all, as we found out on a few occasions yesterday, it's also speeds to help speed things up. We don't have a full 3rd set, we have a super tie-break, which is the first up to 10 points, with obviously with a 2-point advantage when you get to 10.
Those who were watching last night's final game of the group stage, of course, there was day 1, day 2, day 3, 1 session on the opening day of competition here at the Wayfair Arena in Miami. Then there were 2 sessions, one starting at 11, the other starting at 6, the same for Friday. When the final game, or the final session even, the longest matches were the women's doubles, which was then followed by the longest match of the entire event here, the men's doubles, and we had a record-breaking 14-12 tie-break, and we couldn't help but laugh because there were set points. It was back and forth.
Every 3 points, it was basically a set point.
It was really
or a match
entertaining,
point.
and that's something that the PPL has that other events don't have. I mean, there's camaraderie. It's a team sport. All the other players on the roster, healthy scratches, coaches, even the owners are there cheering on their team. But it's very competitive. It's very competitive.
To give a tennis analogy, which isn't always the best thing in paddle, it's like a combination of Davis Cup and Fed Cup, except it's not for countries.
Better and dynamic. And we had a full house on the opening day of competition. Tickets have been sold out throughout the competition. Now, of course, you will see a few empty seats. That's because the hospitality here is superb, so people pop out for a refreshment. Now, do not do that, and if you're watching at home, do not do that when it's the turn of Pablo Cardona and Leo, because you go out for a drink, you're missing a full set.
Prepare your beverages beforehand.
Definitely. That's our advice.
But if you're watching on YouTube, I suppose you can take the
Take the
laptop
you can pause.
with you.
Well, I hope you're watching this live. There's also a live Spanish feed. Our colleagues Pete Consuegra, a pro player, and Javi, they'll be doing the courtside interview afterwards. Of course, we get to hear from the protagonists, the winners of the respective matches. 4 games to look forward to on podium day, Paul.
third and fourth place for the women, followed by third and fourth place for the men. As we say, women, it's Cancun Waves, Las Vegas Smash, which is just about to start. Then we have for the men the Flow Rider Goats against the New York Atlantics, which could so easily have been a final. Then we do go to the final for the women's. It's the New York Atlantics against the Flow Rider Goats. Andrea Ustero and Ari Sanchez against Gemma Triay and Delphi Brea. And then the men's final, the Cancun Waves, Franco Del Bianco and Alex Ruiz taking on Edu Alonso and Gus Tapia for the Miami Paddle Club.
Time. Prepare to play.
Ready to go. Ready for our last 4 matches here in the Pro Padel League's first event of 2025, which is here in Miami. Looks like it's going to be Marina Lobo to get us underway. Little hug between Marina and Sofia Saiz.
This is the biggest game of their fledgling careers.
Play. Seats, please.
A couple of people just making their way to the seats. Straight away, just looking how Marta and Sofia Araujo looking to get themselves to dominate the net, which is the big factor in winning points, especially in women's paddle. Maybe in the men's, the big hitters can hit smashes from behind the service line, but here you need to be a little bit closer in to dominate the court.
Yeah, very difficult from beyond. Even a lot of pro players do struggle. Of course, you know, as in a lot of racket sports, the taller you are, that added advantage you have for the aerial shots. Of course, if you're very tall, those lower shots down at your feet, the dejadas, dormilonas, drop shots are quite difficult to get to.
And you also have more angle of a court to play for. A little bit long there from Sofia on the volley, doesn't quite control it. 15-all. Sofia Araujo, as opposed to Sofia Saiz.
They've got 20 seconds between points, which they are using to the full.
Played 30-15. I did like that Cancun Waves video, the promotional video.
Yeah, I mean, I've been fortunate. I've actually been there. It's stunning. Cancun, also the Rivera Maya. I mean, it's a beautiful part of the world. And the culture, tradition, history, food. I could go on.
all I'm going to say is
I could go on.
I'm not sure I'd want a Jaguar on the other side of my window, but apart from that, it was outstanding.
I mean, honestly, it's Tulum. Well, I could be here all day. Great winner.
Yeah. That's what we're saying about how hard it can be to win points with a smash here. You've got to be a bit closer in.
Look at the angle. I mean, went for the side wall, which is 1 meter shorter than the back wall.
Didn't quite get enough topspin on that Sofia Araujo on her smash. And it can be a weapon, a very potent weapon, as we'll see. I'm pretty sure in our next match.
It can work against you. If you don't hit a good smash, sometimes the ball just bounces off the glass and leaves your opponent an easy chance. Which is one now for Marina Lobo and Sofia Saiz.
Great start for the Waves.
Important to hold on to an early service game. Now, you do get plenty of breaks in paddle, but it's always good to hold on to that service game, because if you start serving and lose, suddenly you find yourself 2-0 down if your opponents hold on to their service game. And then it's always going to be catch-up, always a bit of an uphill struggle, and also psychologically, you're up against 2 players who are the favourites on paper, and if you look at their performances here also, I think they've played better paddle, so you don't want to be playing catch-up. So, you know, for confidence, good to hold on to that opening service game.
Okay, it's going to be Marta Ortega to serve first for the Las Vegas smash. Yeah, in quickly there.
Come out on top in that volley exchange. Martita, good load. Volley down at the body of her opponent. Doesn't give you much room to maneuver the racket head.
No.
A little bit weak there from Araujo. Looking to dip it over the net. Doesn't quite get enough on it.
It'd be interesting to see, Paul, you know, having played the matches in the group stage, like physically, how are they coming into this third, fourth playoff? Because Marina Lobo and Sofia Saiz, their game is over in record time, 6-love, 6-1, whereas Sofia Araujo and Martita, 6-4, 7-5, and Martita has played in every single game. Sofia was rested for their opening group game.
Yeah, of course, Cancun played on Friday as well, rather than yesterday. Unlucky there, Sofia Saiz, as she went for that out of court. Just to remind you, if you haven't seen paddle before, you can risk life and limb speeding out of that gap where the
I wouldn't
net is.
try it at home. I mean, we've seen players bounce off the gateway, but yeah, you can kind of hurdle the net and duck through the gateway. Still have the racket in your hand if you're lucky, and you can still return that ball now. Tap, we saw tap. I mean, we're going to see quite a few, definitely, throughout the course of podium day.
Well blocked. Just
Really clever fake smash. Got a call Nadia that nobody had come forward. We go on and on about how important communication is in paddle, because when you're racing back, running back to pick out a globo, you need to know where your opponents are standing.
40-30, it was just out. Yeah, it's hard. Those are really tough calls to make as well when if they bounce in first in the glass.
It's tough for us. We get a replay. It's tough for the umpire, which is why in paddle, I think it's one of the few sports where the players can sometimes, you know, tell the referee, umpire, it's in, it's out, and the players have a little chat between them. If they don't agree, it's a net. Sort of good sportsmanship at the PPL.
And yeah, that's served out, and 1 game all.
All square.
Sofia Saiz to serve. As soon as that gentleman who was walking past the umpire's stool sits down.
Had a seat in the opposite end of the court.
Long return from Marta, 15-love.
Good punch volley, but well rescued there by Lobo.
Just looking to disguise that Marta, but returned well by Marina Lobo.
Got a bit lucky, there wasn't a great smash, but it hit the side fence, which made it difficult for Araujo.
Out, that one goes, however, 15-all.
Slightly behind Sofia. I mean, it's very difficult to judge the path of the ball if it hits both glass walls, especially if it's right in the corner.
Sometimes it can pop up.
I mean,
others it'll just die
sometimes
on you.
you expect it to come out further and you're too far forward and the ball's behind you, and the only way of getting it back is a contra pared, using the back glass, get it back over there and into the opponent's side of the court. Sort of flick there from Martita.
Once again, looking for a smash there, Sofia Saiz, but hits it too flat with not enough speed on it, and just opened it up for Marta.
So you see here, if the ball hits the back glass, race forward You don't run towards the ball because it will just come straight at you.
That's something that I think one of the things you do when you start playing is you
Always,
tend to chase the ball.
always.
Sometimes you have to wait for it to come to you.
So quick, Martita. Again, look, races forward. They've gained the net. Trying to push them back. Sofia and Marina.
And good attacking play there from
15 ball.
Araujo and Martita.
Well, they find themselves in trouble here in their second service game.
I think mainly by being a little bit too positive. Sofia just needed to control a couple of smashes.
Patience, they say, is a virtue, of course, but also in paddle, it's all about looking for checkmate, to find the right shot, to move your opponents before you create the winner.
And there we're talking about Sofia, that she can hit those really, really well. Caught the effect, top spin, out it goes. So that's a break serve in our third game of the match.
Oh, they didn't get broken in their opening service game, but they have done now. And Sofia Araujo and Marta Ortega will come back out onto their centre court at the Wayfair Arena, serving to consolidate this break. We've had just 9 minutes of the opening match. There will be 4 to look forward to here at this opening event of the season, PPL. We've been saying throughout our commentaries on day 1, day 2, day 3, and also here on day 4 that this PPL year will be extra special. It's going global, just like paddle, with the next event taking place in Spain, San Sebastian. If you need any advice on where to stay, where to eat, you can ask Paul. Spends a lot of summers up in the Basque country. Then it's in Mexico. Wonderful country. Guadalajara hosting the next event. Then there is a Pro-Am PPL festival, the Hamptons, just in New York. If you're not great at geography, like Paul myself.
It's on the top of Long Island.
There it is.
It's where the white sharks breed.
No,
it's where Jaws was filmed.
You had trouble with the lizards. We're not going to talk about lizards now. It was tiny. We'll tell you about the lizard,
The one on the golf course was
story later.
It was like a Labrador, mate.
But the end of season finale will take place in October this year. Okay, October, New York, the Cities Cup. I'll give you the dates after the next break.
I think it's about the 12th to the 15th of October, but you might want to check that.
Sofia Araujo to serve.
Okay, Sofia Araujo is having to go 3-1. Consolidate the break they've just taken from Sofia Saiz. Serve. Well played, Marina Lobo. I'm not sure if Martita just misread that. Well left. Got the little call there, just saying no. Looking to change the angle, but 15-30. Maybe didn't quite have enough space there, Marta Ortega.
You're at your most vulnerable if you've just broken. Trying to avoid a counter break here, Martita and Sofia.
Just had enough on it, 30-all. So a big point here. Opting to stay deep. Saiz and Lobo.
Oh, that was a weak volley. I think caught in 2 minds there.
Yep.
Sofia Saiz, and in the end just nestled in the bottom of the
Sofia
net.
Araujo wasn't deep enough perhaps for a drop shot.
Oh, we turn things around, back-to-back points. Now serving for a 3-1 lead.
Well played.
Got away with a smash that wasn't the best,
Yep.
because she has excellent volleys. Look how low she gets with this forehand slice volley. Perfect.
Saiz trying to anticipate that the ball's going out. But it ended up in a pretty good situation. We couldn't get enough power on it, obviously. So 3-1.
Just drifts that lob over Martita. Allows them to get to the net. They struggle to stay there, though. And that's why. Really good lob from Sofia. We'll use this to get forward again, no doubt. Ooh. Yes, aye.
So that tells you if it's in or out, doesn't it? It's out. Love 15.
Just drifted wide. I mean, there was a gap there. Look at this. The court awareness. Marina was nowhere near that.
Really,
that would have been a winner.
Marina.
Old slash at that volley.
Dean All just needs to collect herself for a moment. Well, not a minute, because you only get 20 seconds. Shot recovered though by Marta.
Big cheer from the bench. Cancun Waves making lots of noise.
Just a little bit long, 30-all.
These players playing for the right to finish third on podium day. They would take 15 points, which would be totaled up with the men's points come the end of the regular season to qualify for the PPL in New York.
Just long, 40-30. It's been a good
The
tournament.
losers would take 12.
It's been a good tournament for Cancun, though, because they're going to get, as you say, 12
Lots of
points.
points.
12 points from the women and
25 or 19.
well, exactly, which we've
For the
been doing.
men's.
We've been doing the numbers.
That could be enough.
We reckon that might even be enough to take them to
qualify.
New York already. Golden point, another break point.
Marta Ortega to receive.
Viniendo. Moving forward. Clean hit from Sofia. There's a chance. It's there for the taking. And the por cuatro.
Just sat up nicely. And 4-1. And 2 breaks to the good in this opening set.
Quite a few sports have a lot of English words. Or here in paddle, there are quite a few Spanish words. We do try and use a few. The por cuatro is like by 4. That's because this winner bounced over the 4-meter wall at the back. Now earlier we saw a Marina Lobo smash, which was a por 3 because it went over the sidewall, which is 3 meters
Just
tall.
looking at that point, it was that was difficult for Marina to dig out, and then Marta puts that right down to feet, which
Because
is so
I mean,
hard to return, and that set it up for Sofia.
They're very good at moving their opponents, slowly, you know, creating that opportunity. And of course, when you have somebody like Portugal #1 on your team, if that smash is there, she'll win it, and she has done. They've been ruthless. They lead 4-1, serving for 5-1. And we were just talking about the dates of the upcoming tournaments, PPL. It's going to be San Sebastian, Spain, from July the 10th to the 13th. Write this down, 10th to the 13th of July.
Which is
Guadalajara.
Which is not far away at all, actually.
No, 14th to the 17th of August, that PPL All-Star Festival, the Hamptons, will commence on August the 30th, end on September the 1st, and the PPL Cities Cup, the event that 8 of the 10 teams will qualify for. 2 will miss out. 2 will miss out, like last season. It was Cancun and Stingrays. Good start for Cancun this season. 16th to the 19th of October.
Okay, Marta Ortega, 4-1 to the good, and that maybe just as importantly, 2 breaks to the good. Serving to take a pretty solid grip on this set at 5-1 if she can hold. second serve. It's deep there. Yeah, well played. Great volley there from Sofia Araujo.
15 love. Net. First serve.
Just drifts wide.
15 all.
As Sofia Saiz was saying that she wears her heart on her sleeve. There she is. Bend, bend, bend. Come on, come on. Geeing up her partner. Cross it down the middle there, Marta. Percentage shot. Does well to get that one back.
It's really
Sofia
difficult
Saiz.
when it hits that little pole that runs north-south, joining the glass wall and the fence. It could go anywhere.
It's a court, by the way, built by Adidas. I've seen it take a lot of hammer. But lovely playing surface and good visibility as well. That's
That
just
goes long.
It's important when you're a commentator because you need a bit of visibility.
15.
We've also been very lucky. Great C2 position here. We're side on. Brilliant setup. Really close to the action. I don't think I've ever been closer. It's an amazing venue as well. 800 capacity. And what makes this event even more unique than, of course, it's a team event, what we've been talking about throughout these 4 days, is how close, you can be to the stars, to the paddle players. They are here mingling with the supporters outside, signing autographs, posing with fans for photos. And it's just great to have that kind of relaxed vibe.
Puts that into the net there, Sofia Araujo. So it's 30 all. Still work to do here.
Just gone long. Opting for that double-handed backhand. Lobo. Oh, she flicks it, but look now.
Out of position.
Yeah, but it was
unlucky.
difficult because nobody expected Lobo to get that back into play. So Paola had really set off to cover. There you can see for her doubles partner. And as she did, left a huge gaping hole. And well played again. Las Vegas smash. There it was, just a deft touch. 40-30.
In. Does well after that goes off the two sides of the court.
And wide out.
Game.
5-1.
Las Vegas smash. They lead 5-2-1.
So far being pretty ruthless. Marta Ortega and Sofia Araujo.
All covered there. That shot down the middle. It is on the forehand side of Sofia Araujo, which is her stronger side. Normally the player on the backhand side is a player who takes over those shots down the middle.
Lovely shot there from Marta, by the way. I think we're all expecting a powerful bajada.
Won't get there.
Oh, I could see that coming as well.
Yeah, it was well played though. I mean, they moved Martita and Sofia really well. Had a lot of ground to cover. And the first two steps were forward. And as soon as that shot went behind her.
I tell you, it's a shame there's not a camera from behind that angle, because you'd have looked at a shot like Paddington's passport photo. tell you what, full commitment there as well.
Hold it up.
40 love, so this is a good recovery. Keeping themselves alive in the set.
If things go with serve in this opening set, I'll take this 5-2. Sofia Martita will take the first set 6-2, and you would like to start serving in that second set, but this time hold your service game and put maybe a bit of pressure on your opponents. Lovely. Lovely, well played.
That is a Sofia Saiz setup.
Cancun Waves.
Once again, a bit of self-motivation
Yeah,
there. So
she's
5
very
games to
vocal.
go.
Smash.
Reminds me a little of Osoro. Now, the Argentine is a wonderful player. She's on a roster, not present at this PPL event, but we'll see her during the course of the season. A lot of players are, you know, vamos, vamos, yeah. And Sofia,
She's on the GOATS roster, isn't she?
yeah, doesn't
Marta.
stop, doesn't, you know, she's really, really vocal. And that could be a bit of a boost. Now, it's going to be difficult to take this opening set, not because they don't have the talent or the potential,
But they need
because
they need 3
Sofia
service
is
breaks,
playing
basically.
so well. Martita's been really solid. That is one of her strengths. She's very reliable.
Oh, absolute metronome, isn't she? She's like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
boom.
they've got to do something extra special, extra special to win this
allow
opening
you
set.
doesn't allow you
No.
to relax for a moment. Just puts you in there, works it.
Also that high tempo, because there are players who prefer a slower tempo to the game, and you turn around and because they're ready to serve. It's like,
Oh,
you
we've
can
seen
slow
that.
it down a little, but not much.
Martina and Sofia have tried to. Marina and Sofia have tried. Sometimes just have a little pause, little talk, and Marta Ortega, however, has just been, let's get going, let's get going, let's keep it going.
Oh, applauding their teammates. Alex Reith, the captain, just giving little slaps on the back. Also seeing Franco and Maxi Arce. I mean, they're really loving this team event here in Miami. And also because nobody had tipped Cancun
No.
to reach podium day. And they're here with both teams. Remarkable story.
Trying to hold onto the net here, the Cancun pair. But they've had to cede to Sofia Araujo and Marta Ortega, who rather surprisingly puts that into the net. Oh, she got there.
Lost her
and she-
bearings, lost her bearings. That's one of those ones where it's difficult. You lose your bearings slightly and in the end put way too much on that shot. But still, 15-0. They're playing much better in the last 3 service games. Can they continue to do so against the favourites?
They did that on the opening day as well. They against Miami, they maybe were in danger of being blown away in the first set and then recovered. And okay, even though they lost it, I think it was 6-2, 6-4. But with definite signs of improvement, which they then consolidated in the second match.
It's normal to suffer early nerves, and they have done at this event, but I'm sure it's a good learning curve for Sofia Saiz and Marina Lobo. It's not often they get to play against, you know, world-class players like Martita and Araujo. And they've already beaten good players like Guinard and Iglesias here in Miami.
That's gone a bit long from Marta Ortega. And they beat them pretty convincingly as well. That's a good one. Just set up nicely for her. And so we have a couple of set points for Marta Ortega and Sofia Araujo. Ooh, it's very, very long.
Yeah, a metre and a half long.
As long as
What's
that, you could have fit
feet,
a lizard
5
in.
feet, 4 feet. No, it wasn't as big as the lizard, Paul.
In the space that that had, it was behind the line.
Wayward.
Once again, wayward. So golden point, break point. Chance to
point.
really get back and put a bit of pressure on.
Now they are 2 breaks down, Marina Lobo and
Sofia
Sofia
Saiz
Saiz, but
to receive.
1 step at a time. Golden point, also set point. Watch the fake smash, so well disguised. Wow, that's going to drop in. Oh, a no! Unbelievable. Sofia lost sight
Cancun Waves.
of the ball for a split second.
Let's bring a smash lead.
Well, it just goes to show there are no lost causes. Somehow they got that ball back into play, and it dropped with lots of spin in it. And Sofia just, I mean, doesn't know what happened. It was, I mean, for a split second, looked up, and everybody was expecting the winner, and it just bounced off her leg. 5-3.
Doesn't just happen to you playing paddle.
No, that would have hit me in the
happen to
head
the best.
probably or something. Now, could that be a turning point in this match?
Will Marta and Sofia now say, okay,
Well,
that's
they've been
enough.
given a second life. They've been given a second life. And they're going to take it,
And it's-
honestly now.
And it's a confidence thing, isn't it, as well?
And there's a bit of frustration there from Martita and Sofia because it was like 5-2. We were leading.
2 set points.
They forced a golden point, missed a great opportunity to take that first set 6-2, and now they find themselves 5-3. Lobo serving for 5-4. You head back to your bench. 1 break up only. You can see now, it's Cancun dictating the pace of each and every rally.
Count it up.
Again, we're talking about dominating the net. There they are. Makes it a lot easier to hit the winners.
But they weren't in the opening games of this opening set. 3rd, 4th playoff podium day here at the Wayfair Arena in Miami. There you go.
Yeah, and all
Like
of a sudden,
clockwork.
you get the feeling that this the next game, because I think we're giving it. Well, I'm not going to say famous last words. The commentator's curse has struck
No,
us
I'm not going to
plenty of
predict
times.
anything today. No commentator's curse.
But if they do hold
No,
the serve,
no, not going there.
and
Oh,
it's
just got it
gone.
right again.
40-15.
Still serving for the game, Marina Lobo. These dos come forward. Much more aggressive. Cancun Waves since breaking their opponents in this opening set. Just goes to show, Paul, the psychological aspect of any sport at any level.
Oh,
I mean,
certainly
the
at
same
top
4
level.
players, same 4 players,
Cancun Waves.
same set, same court,
Let's bring a smash
same venue,
lead.
but
5 games to 4.
a completely different
New
game.
balls.
Exactly. It will be Marta Ortega to serve with new balls when we come back. But
But it's all on that one shot,
yeah, that was it, wasn't it? That was the set.
The game turned. The game
and all
turned.
of a sudden, 2 games down the line.
Well, they've won back-to-back games. They were sat there trailing 5-2, they're now sat there again, trailing 5-4.
It's a bit of a test of personality now for Marta and Sofia Araujo. We know they've got it, but obviously their rivals have got the wind in their sails.
Well, the PPL promises and delivers. Really entertaining opening set in this third and fourth playoff. Congratulations to both teams, because it's not easy getting this far in the opening event. Cancun Waves will be taking double-digit points, as will Las Vegas Smash. The question is, which of the two teams will finish third and collect 15 points, and who will take home 12? This cam has been hugely successful. They had it on us last night. You didn't do anything. Unlike the Spanish, who were loving. I mean, Harry was loving it.
He thought it was in a disco. Okay, big game, Marta Ortega.
Serving for the set. The way things have gone in the last two games, who knows what might happen. I think the first point here is so important. Cancun looking to carry that momentum into the start
Once
of
again, looking to control the net as well.
this service game. It'll be a massive cheer if they can win this first point. Whoa, what a rescued volley there. Martita down the middle. And there it is. Big shout from the bench. Big shout from Marina. A war cry from Sofia Saiz.
Well, once again, they kept in that, didn't they? And the mistake came from Marta Ortega.
Well, quick pep talk between Martita and Sofia. Just
Indeed
long.
it was.
And the umpire calling it out. Read the fake smash.
Just put too much on it. She read it, as you say, saw the space down the middle.
Sometimes you kind of leave that space expecting the shot, and then you're ready there to pounce. Going too long. Sofia Saiz, 15-all.
Oh, that's what she
It's
needed.
difficult. It's difficult though, because the shout from Marina Lobo was no sale. It wasn't going to leave the court.
I don't think she'd have got it anyhow.
It's very difficult though, because you've got a split second to see the kick off the wall, and is it leaving a court or not. And once you commit, there's no way back. You can't blame Marina for making that call.
I think Araujo needed that as well. That smash. That's gone. You couldn't do much with that.
Yeah, just apologising, Martita. I mean, that was directly at Marina Lobo. Couldn't really get out the way.
3 set points. Can they convert one of these?
Drifts wide. Just clipping the sidewall.
Little ripple of anticipation comes from the Cancun Waves bench. So it was a wave of anticipation. It was a ripple, though.
2 set points.
They really need to close this out, don't they?
They don't want to face another golden point.
They might have to. She keeps it alive.
Surely. There it is. Set point.
Golden point.
Still a set point, but a break point.
Sofia Saiz to receive.
Excellent volley from Martita.
That really needed a bit of a cool head, didn't it, from Marta Ortega?
Yes,
That the serve pinned her right back against the back of the court. Left that big angle then for the angle volley, and that is the end of the first set, 6-4. But they've got a little sit down, even though they've taken the set now. They've got to sit down and just have a little reset.
Yeah, regroup, and quickly Sofia has just popped off to the restroom. Sofia and Marina playing extremely well on this incredible Adidas PPL high competition court. State of the art. It was actually showcased at the 2024 Pro Padel League in San Diego. We saw it also at the Cities Cup, and there was a World Padel Summit. It was held in Barcelona. It was at the end of May, and the court was the talking point at that summit, and we're going to see this Adidas court go global, just like the PPL. We've been saying here throughout commentary, visibility 360. You don't get that on other courts. And the lighting, also superb. Players don't complain about being blinded. It's very difficult when you've got floodlights hanging over a court. Minimist, I mean, it's been a great surface. The players are having fun. We were lucky to go down there briefly. Not as long as Pete and not as long as Pete and Javi, who were playing for about 15 minutes on this court. Hopefully at the end of play today we can sneak on. We can sneak on.
We're going to have a practice session on it after today, I think he said.
But it's sleek, minimalist, no corner pillars, as we were saying, visually striking. I like that little gold touch as well, unique to the PPL, and we're definitely enjoying the best paddle at the best event on the best court.
They can see the whole team involved in the chat there. Alex Reed, Franco Del Bianco.
Time.
And Maxi Arthur just sat behind out of shot. But you've got, I mean, whatever happens in this second set, and if it goes to a super tie break, congratulations to Cancun Waves. They have exceeded the expectations by a long way. Nobody had them down as potential players on podium day. We talked about how good, or how well they moved in the off-season, or that transfer season. The players they brought into the club, excellent scouting. And they've picked up some very talented players. And I think Alex Reith is a very good captain too.
They've kept Alex as sort of as experienced and then just gone for youth, haven't they? And the image they're trying to project. Anyhow, it's Marina Lobo serving again, as she did at the start of the first set. Will we see, even though they lost that first set, we saw them improving as it continued. So will they keep that going and maybe force a super tiebreak? Unlucky. Well blocked, nice volley. Once again looking to get forward. And dropped.
That was nasty. It's one of those ones where I would not get back, Paul.
Once again, everybody trying to control the net. That's a nice shot from Marina Lobo.
Brilliant.
Great winner from Sofia Saiz.
And Sofia just nodding approval, as in, good shot, well done.
Oh, lovely
Wonderful
shot.
domino. That is outstanding.
That's the sort of shot you play when your confidence is on the rise. So brilliant start. And I'll say it's going to put a bit of pressure on Sofia. I think it is a should serve.
Definitely,
first.
yeah. That's a smash. I wouldn't say fortunate to take the first set. They deserved to take the first set. But it was tight. There was that golden point. But there, that volley, I mean, the racket head, the slice, superb play once again by
Well, we say
Lobo
that,
and
but
Saiz.
here are the numbers from that first set. Actually, as you can see there, Lobo and Saiz actually winning the same amount of points as Araujo and Ortega. But the big difference is Sofia Araujo and Marta Ortega. We've talked about it. They took more gold points.
Yeah, 2 gold points to 1.
Oh, it's just in. Marta, who's serving.
Parry
Again, great
there.
block.
Could do much more. Lobo.
Sure, but it hasn't.
Just clears, but Martita said no, then yes.
I thought it wasn't going to. It looked as though it sort of started to climb the side of this. Look at how this sort
Just
of
scaled
climbs the side
the
of the
wall.
set. Look.
Ooh, it clipped, it actually clipped
Yeah,
the
yeah.
top of the fence.
Just looked as if it was going to drop back in.
Out. Love 30.
Well, love 30. Understandable, they just want to take a brief pause. Oh, just got stuck in the corner and just crawled along the glass. It's one of those ones as well, you just can't maneuver the racket.
It's frustrating, isn't it?
Yeah, around the ball to try and get it back into play. And when you do, it's not normally the best of shots, and your opponent should be right there at the net looking to capitalise. But still, you've got to try and get every ball into play. We saw what happened in that first set when Araujo missed a sitter. You know, players can make mistakes, even those at the highest level.
Well
There you go.
recovered.
Hooked back into play, but couldn't that time. That was clever again, Martita. Why? Because Lobo was completely off balance after that first return. So down at her feet. That comes with experience.
Down at feet's always hard to return from.
But already, you could see there, Marina was already trying to get back into position. She was standing on one leg.
Also see the focus in Marta's face as she slashed in that vibra, couldn't you? Oh, she got there.
40-30.
40-30. Quite a good fight back this in this game.
3 straight points. All following that little pep talk when they were love 30 down.
In there against the side of the court and really hard to control the return there. So there's the first game for Sofia Araujo and Marta Ortega, 1-1.
Well, that
Sofia Saiz.
timeout
Serve.
working wonders. Winning 4 straight points to tie the second set. 1-1.
First serve.
Well, so far going exactly the same as the first set. It was 1-1.
Oh, got the bearings wrong on that occasion,
Out
Martita.
of the court, so 15 love. I was saying in the third game was when Sofia Saiz actually got broken.
we've had just over 45 minutes in this opening match on podium day. 6-4, 1-1. Being hugely entertaining.
Good serve. Nice return as well. Ooh, a little bit loose there.
Just thunders that smash into the net. Now you look at the body language. It's not the same positive body language we saw from Saiz and Lobo towards the end of the first set. We were speaking to Pete, the commentator in the Spanish feed, a coach and pro player.
Oh.
Good hit there by Saiz. That's one area that perhaps Saiz, of those two players, needs to work on. Bit of a roller coaster, you know, when she plays, emotionally.
She doesn't hide it. She makes no attempt to hide how she's... Well.
No. You know when she's happy, you know when she's sad, and you know when she's angry.
Calls for that, Marta.
That should have been Sofia Saiz on the forehand side, and they've lost control of the net because of that volley.
That's well recovered. Yeah, staying unreturnable.
We saw another 8 shots
30-all.
after that mistake. The mistake was Marina stepping across on the backhand side to hit a volley, which had she left it for Sofia, who was approaching the ball on her foreside, they would have stayed on top of the point. From that moment, they were playing defensive paddle.
So 30-all. She gets to it, but leaves it set up. Well done, Marta.
Lovely
And she
contact.
might fancy her chances. No, she doesn't
Gets it
kill the
back
point.
into play. So some great points at the start of this second set.
Just drops in. Oh, that
Well
spun
read.
really badly for Marina Lobo. She did very well. That's a good lob as well, because Marta Ortega was looking to get into the net.
Longest rally of the match so far. You do not want to lose this rally. It's a huge point at 30-all. No, that's such a
And you don't want to lose it
unfortunate
like
manner
that either.
to lose the point.
30-40.
For a split second, the tape just held up the ball before it dropped on the side of Cancun Waves.
So 2 break points. Second serve. Different ball. Ah, well played, well defended. Still one more to defend, but that was good, positive play from Marina Lobo.
Travel too far for Marta
Marta
Ortega.
Ortega to receive.
Golden point. They lost the last golden point at the end of the first set. And it's happened again, and there was a bit of frustration, understandable, from Sofia Saiz, who wears her heart on her sleeve. Why? Because they had a chance in the opening set to tie things up 5-5. They lost the golden point 6-4, and again at the start of the second set, another key golden point falls the way of Las Vegas Smash. In the opening set, there were 3. 2 were won by the team from Las Vegas. There's been 1 in the second set. Again, Las Vegas taking that golden point ball.
Yeah, just a little bit of an unforced error as well, which is a frustrating way to lose a very important game, because it would have kept them would have put them 2-1 up, kept the pressure on, but now there is the chance once again for the Las Vegas Smash just to consolidate the break. take a 3-1 lead.
Come on, be kind.
Time.
No, that's even worse.
It's really quite frightening, that actually, that one.
Players to court, please.
Don't look up at the screen. Well, Cepero. Yes, it's you. That one's over. I think the players have more fun than they sat in the crowd. You wouldn't get that at any other event. You would not get that at any other event worldwide. The players being able to laugh at themselves.
You do that in a football match, and the lads trying to get into the stands to have a go at the cameraman.
That would not work.
Anyhow,
Very
Sofia
different crowd.
Araujo serving 2-1 to the good and a break up.
When we use football, we do mean soccer. For those who think football's a different sport.
Ooh, once again, drifts along. She's had a few of those.
Well, she's been mixing some big winners at the net with a few víboras that have gone long.
Just hit Sofia.
Difficult.
As she ran in.
You know, you're running in because you need to run in because that's going to go past you at a great pace. It's going to hit the back glass. But if you get there towards the net, you can actually play that shot. We saw that in the men's as well, players trying to hurdle balls that are coming straight at them. I think Luca Campagnolo got hit about 4 times.
He's quite
in the
big,
match yesterday.
He's a big target as well.
He's a big target as well. None intentionally, of course.
30-15.
Volley there. Araujo.
So 30-15. Great stuff at the net.
Oh, cleverly disguised that double-handed backhand. But gets it
really well there,
Martita.
Marta.
Little dynamo, Martita. Deceivingly quick. Why did Sofia take
I was
over?
just wondering. Allowed them to get back to the proper sides, though, hasn't it?
Took a big risk.
Did leave a bit of a wide open
There was a
space
gap, there was a
behind it,
gap.
didn't she? Oh, once again.
And Sofia there just points at her doubles partner to say, well played.
It's Sofia Saiz who's making the mistakes at the moment.
Because it's quite up and down. When she's good, she's better than Marina when Marina's playing well. But when she's bad, she's worse than Marina when Marina's playing badly. 2 extremes. That will change, over the years. All the players who have started off playing young mature, as you do in any sport. You learn the tricks of the trade. You learn that patience, which is key when playing paddle. And that comes also with, playing against top players in the world at PPL events, for example. You, me, you.
Once again, good rally as well.
One of those ones where she wasn't frozen out, Araujo, but, the shots were going to Martita. And when one shot comes like a goalkeeper, it doesn't have anything to do in a football match. You get one shot and just not warmed up. She wasn't ready. When you're in the point, it seems to be easier to keep returning. That's why sometimes it's quite good just to switch things. Even if you have a better player on the side of the court, don't freeze them out completely. because when they do get the chance, they might try and hit a winner. And miss.
15 left, Marina Lobo 7, just approaching the hour here in our first.
Good rally, good exchange, Marta on top. Saiz. It was great to see how kept coming forward, hit the volley, came forward, hit the volley, came forward, and again. That's what you need to do, put more and more pressure. Don't go in the opposite direction. You will more often than not lose the point.
Okay, 30 love. Just falls over.
Trickles over the net. Big point here, 30-all.
30-15.
Las Vegas smash. Paul are playing very well. They had that hiccup, didn't they?
Yep.
In the first set.
That break, I think, was a big morale boost for them. Here is Marina 7, 30-15. To the good still. Good lob.
Not be in it. It stayed back.
Well played, well played,
Both
Sofia.
players standing in a direct straight line. Sofia
30-all.
and Marina. Not too sure whether to go right or left.
Just left of the angle.
Yeah, lots of indecision. Watch here. They're in line.
I think it's Sofia who just gets drawn across a wee bit.
And
But it's
Marina
also
wasn't too
because
sure.
one's deeper than the other
Yeah,
as well,
wasn't
which
too
makes
sure where to go. They're the person at the back. You can see their doubles partner. You need to tell them where they need to go. Crawls along the fence.
Good lob, really good lob into the corner.
That's going out.
Well called. So once again we have 2 more break points here. Brilliant stuff.
Clever play, really clever play.
I think what's coming up now, Eric, is an absolutely decisive moment in the match. Because if they can save another break point, Marina and Sofia Saiz, they will see it perhaps as another turning point, another
Like
chance
in
to
the
get
first
back
set,
into that.
when they were 5-2 down, came back to 5-4 and had a golden point for 5-5.
But I think if Sofia Araujo and Marta Ortega win this point, then they'll
Yeah.
probably see out
They'll
the
be
set.
serving, won't they, for 5-1.
Good.
Oh, that was really good at the
played.
feet of Lobo. And they do take the opportunity. 6-4, 4-1.
4 games to 1.
Playing really well here on this state-of-the-art Adidas court. We've been seeing its praises, not because we've been playing on it, but we've been told by the players. They
But
are
that's what we were
delighted.
just saying about that point, wasn't it? We were saying that that could really be a moment that the game gets away from them. There is our court cleaner doing his job.
Marta to serve when play resumes here. Wayfair Arena filling up.
It is filling up nicely, isn't it?
3 more matches to look forward to here on podium day. 10 teams started this inaugural event here in Miami 2025. 4 matches on this final day of competition. We're here for the 3rd, 4th playoff with points at stake for both teams. Now the loser still goes home with 12 points, a decent haul from this 4-day event. The winner of this match will take 15 And as for the final, which will be in the later session, we have the 2, 3rd, 4th playoff games first, then it will be the final. Well, the final will see the winners take 25 and the runners-up 19.
Sofia's saying that when one of them comes forward and the other one stays back, we're finding it difficult. And the coach is saying, well, there's a lot of space still for you.
Seguir luchando. Keep fighting. Did it in the first set. Looked down and out. Body language wasn't positive. 5-2. Had that opportunity for 5-5. We can do it again. They did it in their previous match. They showed glimpses of it in their first game. We were saying, yes, they've lost, but they really impressed. And they can play like that again in their next game, which they did. They could perhaps scrape into podium day. They deserve to be here. They have come up against those 2 tough cookies in Araujo and Martita.
Just watching Martita there on the bench, and she was like had her leg going, come on, come on, come on, want to get back out there, want to get back out there.
It's all about positive momentum, or negative, but positive for Las Vegas Smash in a really strong position, not just in this second set, but of course they took the first set 6-4.
Okay, Marta Ortega serving 4-1 to the good and 2 breaks up. Las Vegas Smash looking to close out this match and seal 3rd place in the first women's tournament in the Pro Padel League of the season.
Good deep serve.
Ooh.
Just wide there from Martita. It was a good delivery.
It goes a long way across there. That's actually changed sides.
See how long it takes them to switch back into their preferred playing positions. There you go.
Now, lob and
not long.
switch.
Instantly. It's amazing how out of sorts some players can look when they play on the opposite side of the court. Great hit there from
I remember last year Delphi Brea was playing on the wrong side.
Yeah, she struggled, didn't she?
Really struggled. She's a great player.
She was playing for New York Atlantics, and they lost that semi-final to Miami Paddle Club last season in New York, and she was playing on not her favoured side of the court.
And in the final today, she will be playing against New York Atlantics for the
Ex-club
Rider Goats.
Delightful.
Yeah, you can see why Martita was keen to get back out on court.
She was by far the best player on that Las Vegas Smash roster throughout last season, present at all the events, and couldn't wait for the new season to start. Remember that interview she gave at the end of last season, saying, yep, okay, it's been disappointing perhaps, you know, that PPO event, the Cities Cup, but we're confident that next season will be much better, and here they are.
You had a little
podium day.
You had a sit-down chat with her, didn't you?
Oh, she was great fun. By the way, speaks amazing English, and also
Qualified doctor.
Qualified doctor.
So if any of you are watching here on court,
So if you're English and there's an
Feeling
emergency,
feeling a bit indisposed,
we'll get Martita to come out and help.
there you go. Of 15, Sofia Saiz. I think Sofia's
Yeah, I think
gone a little
you can
bit
see
from the
there.
game, hasn't she?
Just seems to be drifting mentally. You know, she was there just touching the back glass and
She
just
didn't look happy on the in the
need the
dugout.
focus. I know if they do drop this second set, it's, you know, a tough loss, but there are so many more positives and negatives to take from this experience in Miami.
It's a debut to build on, isn't it? Very much so.
And that's a great shot there from Saiz. Tumbled Martita. You can see she took a step to the left and had the weight on the wrong foot, and able to get crossed to that forehand side. But credit to Sofia with a really good sliced forehand volley. Contra pared. Araujo. Oh, a tweenie also from Araujo.
That was Marta actually who did it, but unlucky.
Double
Double touch there, but stunning play. So resourceful. Here you go.
That is impressive, isn't it?
And then she's like a dynamo. Always, you just look at her, bouncing, bouncing, bouncing. So busy.
Nervous energy.
And you need to be on your toes. You need to be on your toes because paddle is an explosive sport. To be able to switch directions.
30.
It's explosive at this level.
Okay, at our level,
There's a bit less exploding goes on.
At any level, it's enjoyable. Any level.
But that's I think that's the advantage of it. It is enjoyable at any level.
It
Tennis
is.
At beginner's level can be hard work.
It's fun. I've got friends who've just started. And they're loving it.
Marta
She's
Ortega,
absolutely addicted to it. Match point. Well played.
Did well to hold on to that. Sofia Saiz.
Did really well. I'm really pleased she did. She won that point.
match in 5 games to 2.
They've been unlucky in so many golden points. And also, you know, they've gone back to their bench in a very similar position to the first set when they won a game for 5-2 down, went to the bench, came back out, won the next 2 games, 5-4 down, and then that golden point, which could have tied proceedings at 5-5, though we saw Las Vegas match take that golden point
margins, those
to win the
fine
first set,
margins.
6-4.
But
Watching some highlights from
when
that last game.
When it was 40-15 though, and they went to golden point then, I did think that they were just drifting away from Sofia, so I think it's really good that she had the confidence to win that point.
Time.
Well, they've got to get back out there. They've got it in them. We saw that run of games where they had Las Vegas smash rattled. They won 7 of 9 points. They were brilliant. They had this skip in their step. Of course,
That was at this stage as well.
there's no
5-2.
safety net though. 5-2 down, and they need to break not once but twice. Starting with the serve of Sofia Araujo.
It's a big ask, but
And in between, hold on to their service game.
so Sofia Araujo serving for the match, serving to assure 3rd place in the Pro Padel League inaugural event here in Miami.
Great double hand back in there from Marina Lobo with that finish over the opposite shoulder. Such incredible technique. There you go. I should have said that. shouldn't I?
Mistake on the volley because they were getting the net as well. They had Araujo and Marta Ortega a little bit deep.
Tame.
59.
Just looking to little Chiquita get it over the net, down at the feet of our opponents. Clearing the net. Excellent
well
there
played.
from Marina Lobo.
She's strides forward.
15-30.
Flat double-handed backhand again, and then continued moving forward to hit that backhand winner.
History repeating itself, is it?
And that could have been for Sofia. Made the right call on that occasion. Lobo.
Marina Lobo doesn't make that many mistakes, does she?
She's the more consistent player of the two on that team.
30-all.
Doesn't have the point-winning ability, that big smash that Saiz has, but definitely a player with very few errors.
30-all. That's gone long. Well played, Sofia.
30-40.
Sofia Saiz.
2 break points. Oh, there's a some
a word.
Cancun supporters here in the crowd.
Didn't understand a word of that.
Vamos Cancun, vamos Cancun.
Uy.
She can get there, she can get there. And again,
Just
not
over the net.
enough.
So another golden point. Break point,
Use.
stroke, match
Golden
point at the
point.
same time.
Thoroughly enjoyable third place match here. Away for Arena. I don't want it to end now though. It's been great entertainment.
Marina Lobo to receive.
Drifts wide.
Martita asked for that as well. She said mine.
Game.
I don't know if Sofia Araujo just put her off slightly.
Las
Well,
Vegas match. Lead
A
5 games
repeat
to
of
3.
the first set. 5-1 down, went back to their bench 5-2, came back out and broke 5-3, held onto the serve for 5-4.
That's a match point saved. Lovely
Love
15.
15.
Punch, volley. Into the net. Lobo, but she's been excellent. Carried Sofia in this second set, but there were moments when Sofia just seemed a bit distant, a bit lost. But they both regained their focus.
Well played, Sofia Saiz.
It won't be long before
15
we're
all.
talking about those two players challenging the best in the game, week in, week out. Got so much potential. And the big game experience will come at events like the PPL.
Ooh, that's gone as well.
30-15.
Just coming across, Sofia Araujo. Tell Martita, come on, we can do this. Once on the forehand side, Lobo. Yeah, that's gone long again.
She waited for the bounce then, and I think it just bounced a little bit more differently to what she was expecting there, Marta Ortega. So 40-15.
Martita with a couple of mistakes in this service game. Second serve.
Oh, there you go. 4-5-4.
Game. Cancun Waves.
We were saying they did it in the first
Las
set,
Vegas match. Lead
and they've gone and
5
done it
games to
again
4.
in this second set now. Can they go one step further? They need to break for 5-5. They had a golden point in that first set, which unfortunately they lost. And in the end it finished 6-4 to Las Vegas smash, or can Las Vegas smash hold on to their serve and take this second set 6-4, 6-4, and third place here on podium day at the Wayfair Arena in Miami.
It'll be Martita, as you say, serving. Get the feeling she's just a little bit more entera, as the saying goes in Spanish, a little bit more on the ball at the moment than Sofia Araujo.
You can see when you watch the full match and how players during the course of a match have their ups and downs. Very rarely do you see a player play the entire game without a little dip. And when that happens, you need your doubles partner to be there, giving you words of encouragement, not the opposite, words of encouragement. Because where your doubles partner is right now, you've either been there or you will be there during the course of the game.
Yep. Marina Lobo out quickly. So Martita to serve for the match. They've already had one match point, which escaped.
Or they rue that missed opportunity. Doesn't catch it cleanly. Well played there by Lobo.
Does well, Lobo, because she doesn't
And she's
give
going to
up.
scurry across again. Back into position. They're still having to defend this point. Unlucky, really unlucky. But the Cancun Waves bench are on their feet applauding. Massive effort. And Marina Lobo just pretending she's cleaning that back glass, but getting a few extra seconds of rest.
Last clean, please.
Just a little bit of a stain. Did he say glass clean?
Yeah, but I think they were just buying time. Cancun Waves. Bit of a breather after that massive effort from Marina Lobo.
Again, keeping the nerves, aren't they?
Great volley there from Araujo.
Really well again, Marina, just to send her scurrying backwards.
Just dropping in.
Oh, my word! I mean,
That was agonising. It was will it or won't it? It just scurried along the net.
Let's have a look at this again. Unbelievable. They're getting a round of applause as well, because I think people recognise that that is really unlucky. Oh, could have gone either side, let's be honest.
Just stood still as it travelled along the net, opting to drop on their side of the court. That's the third time I think it's happened. So they've been really unlucky with those net calls. Excellent, yeah, caught in no man's land.
Just took half a step in there, didn't she?
Yeah, it was difficult, And also you can see they're tired. It's been
1 hour 22.
Yeah, a long, emotional, physically, mentally challenging for these young players.
They've hung in there right to the end, and I think even if they do lose, they've got 4 match points to defend, 3 match points to defend. They can draw lots of positives for this. The whole Cancun team can as well, I think.
Well, it's been a hugely enriching experience for the Waves, and they're also taking home a decent number of points.
should be it, and indeed it is. Sofia Araujo smashes home the winner. So we can confirm that the Las Vegas
They win by
smash
2 sets,
6-4.
6-4,
6-4 pushed all the way.
They take third spot here on podium day. And third spot means 15 points for Las Vegas Smash. Congratulations also Cancun Waves, massive improvement on last season. Lobo and Saiz taking 12 points for the Mexican side.
They did really well against Toronto and put in very creditable performances in which they sort of went from Spain, as I say, from menos a más, from they got better as they went along against the Flowrider Ghost, and today against the Las Vegas Smash, top 2 players well comfortably inside the top 10.
We've had our first game. We can see the team photo, the whole team posing together. It's a team event. Now, of course, here in Miami, in San Sebastián in Spain, the next tournament, also in Mexico, the points aren't total together. You have separate the men's and the women's, but it's hugely important what the men and women do. Why? Because you have to add those points, the total number of points come the end of the regular season, and those points combined could see the team, men's and women's, qualify for the Cities Cup. Now the turn of the winners, Martita and Sofia Araujo, with Javi and Aranza.
What a great way to start on this day, and there's no doubt we've started with the right foot. So congratulations, Las Vegas Smash, for this third place. Time to hear the words of the winners.
Enhorabuena para las vencedoras de este partido. Tercer puesto, Marta Ortega, Sofia Araujo. Enhorabuena, chicas. Bueno, tercer puesto no está nada mal. Si no se puede conseguir el primero y el segundo y hay que luchar por el tercero y el cuarto, pues se lucha por el tercero. Enhorabuena, chicas.
You were fighting for this third place, so how are you feeling about this?
Bueno, muy contentas de haber llegado hasta el final. Ha sido una pena no habernos podido clasificar por los Juegos, pero lo intentaremos en la siguiente. En San Sebastián seguro que iremos a muerte a intentar luchar por el primero. Y nada, ha sido un placer volver a Miami, siempre divertido, siempre disfrutando, y nos vemos en San Sebastián.
We always enjoy Miami, and there's no doubt that in San Sebastián we'll go for the first place because it's been a shame, but well, we got the third place.
Bueno, Sofía, no estaba nada mal llegar al equipo y enseguida coger galones, el tercer puesto, jugar de nuevo con Martita. ¿Cómo te has sentido hoy? Has tenido esa pelota que la has tenido aquí, te has reído luego porque la has tenido, pero bueno, habéis conseguido la tercera plaza. Enhorabuena.
Sophie, the smash, and pretty good that you just came to this team. You play once again with Marta, so how are you feeling about this?
Bueno, gracias por acordarme de esa boda. No, o sea, son cosas que pasan al final. Creo que puede pasar a todos. Hay nervios, hay tensión en el partido y nada, o sea, puede pasar. Pero nada, muy contentas con el tercer puesto. Como ha dicho Martita, no pudimos clasificar para la final por los Juegos, pero nada, en San Sebastián queremos revancha, así que vamos con todo.
Just as Marta said, we couldn't qualify for the finals, but we're happy with the third place. And thank you for reminding me about that play.
Pues enhorabuena para las chicas de Las Vegas, para Marta Ortega y para Sofia Araujo, que obtienen la tercera plaza en este puesto en el evento 1 de Miami 2025. Que no se mueva nadie porque seguimos con más acción. Enhorabuena, chicas.